All right, we are back here at the Big New England Football Clinic. It is the 50th year of the Big New England Football Clinic. I'm John Scarnecchia with New England Football Journal. I have the good fortune to be joined by former Patriots offensive line coach Dante Scarnecchia. Coach Scar, good to see you, my friend.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for taking the time as always. And you've been a staple at this clinic for years. You always come down here. What is it about this clinic that you like coming down and coaching and teaching other coaches offensive line techniques?
I started going to clinics in my second year in coaching, and I realized very quickly that clinics are places where you can learn things, whether it's in the individual sessions or out even walking around the hallways and meeting other guys, talking football with other people. And for all those reasons, I just believe in coaching clinics as a place to make yourself a better coach.
Obviously, offensive line techniques change all the time. I mean, it's a year-to-year thing because you have to adjust the fronts and what they're doing schematically and technically. How much has the game changed since you've stepped away from full-time coaching and into retirement? How much has it changed up front to where you've had to adjust the way you're teaching it to coaches today?
I hope that whatever we arrived at was better than whatever we started at, okay? So when you start out, as an example, teaching double teams, if you coach the game for 48 years, I would hope that I would be better teaching double teams in the 48th year than I was in the first year. And I just think that, I don't know how the game obviously has changed in different ways, but it's still a lot of the same things. So it's a matter of just trying to do the things you do as good as you can do them. Repetition's the mother of learning. Do it over and over and over again. And if they're doing it right over and over and over again, they can't help but be better.
Bill O'Brien was on with us earlier. He just recently got the head football job at Boston College. Just some thoughts on that. How do you think OB will do at BC?
I'm really happy for Bill. He's a New England guy. He knows the area, knows the school. He's a hell of a football coach, and I wish him nothing but the best of luck. And get out there on the recruiting trails and get as many good players as you can and try to do the best you can.
And obviously, a lot of change up with the Patriots now, of course. Bill stepping away after 24 years, Gerard Mayo, the new head coach. Just some thoughts on your time in New England with Bill. Obviously, you were there for a long time, so we can go all afternoon. But just some quick thoughts on him departing the Patriots after 24 years.
Yeah, to me, it's a sad day.
I agree.
I love Bill. I think he's a hell of a football coach. And he gave me an opportunity to coach there. And I'll never, ever, I'll always be grateful for that. And so our time together, the 20 years we spent together, was a great time. I enjoyed it. He let me coach the way I coach and let me do the things I do. And it wasn't without, constructive criticism or, hey, what do you think about doing it this way? But he was always very flexible within those things. He's a great man to work for. He's a great football coach. He will be missed. And I hope he gets the opportunity to do whatever he wants to do in coaching for as long as he wants to do it, and I wish him nothing but the best.
I loved the story he was telling at your Hall of Fame induction speech for the Patriots Hall of Fame about Big Cat Williams, and in many ways that story of you pointing up and yelling at him, and it encapsulates who you were as a coach, though, and that's why you guys loved playing for you. You were passionate, but they knew you cared about him. You were a good technician, good fundamental coach. Talk about that part of it and getting away from the day-to-day, not being around the guys. Because I'll tell you, for me, from a coaching standpoint, I miss the day-to-day of it. I miss not being around the guys now that I'm doing this. How much do you miss that?
I'm very, very happy in retired life. I did it for 48 years, coached football. I'm 76, and for me it was time. I love football. I love talking football. And I love the games. But it's a hard life, though. I mean, you spend a lot
especially
of time.
Especially in your family.
Yeah, exactly. And you spend a lot of time, doing things in that job that a lot of time away from home. So I'm grateful for every second I had and I'm grateful for every second that I have right now.
Gerard Mayo takes over with the Patriots. Just some thoughts on Gerard, and I'm not going to ask you how you think he's going to do, but you were there when he was there as a player. Just some thoughts on Gerard and having the opportunity to lead the Patriots.
I think Gerard's going to be a good head football coach. I think that he's a hard-working guy. We actually coached together our last 4 years, so my last 4 years. So I know him well, both as a player and as a coach. And I know he'll work hard, and he's a bright guy, and he'll do everything he has to do to make the team as successful as they can be. So I wish him great luck.
I saw you over the summer, and you had asked me what I thought was going to happen with Mac Jones, and I was flattered because I'm thinking, you're asking me what I think is going to happen with Mac Jones? It's more along the lines of what you think. But when you look at where the Patriots are now, what do you think that, from an organizational standpoint, what do you think is the one thing they need to do to get it back on track?
Well, I think that they certainly have to get more out of the quarterback position. I believe in Mac Jones. I just believe in him, okay? He's come under a lot of criticism. I think there's a lot more there than what we've seen, closer to what it was at the beginning than what it was 3 years after that. And I don't care if people criticize me for it. That's what I think. That's what I believe. And if he stays in New England, I wish him great success. If he goes to another team, I wish him great success. And I don't even know the guy. I met him one time in a weight room. So, but I like him. It's a tough position to play.
It is. And you told me a long time ago, we were at a party for one of your neighbors, the Howards, and you told me that at that time you said, listen, there's only about 10 or 12 teams that have that guy. If you have that guy under center,
yep,
you have a shot. You're going to be in it every year. And I think we're seeing that now.
That's the truth. You know, you can win still with others, but can you win it all with others? There are examples of it. There were world championships have been won by quarterbacks that they aren't in the Hall of Fame, and they're game managers or just adequate. But there's a lot of value in people,
yep,
and the team is still the team, and you can't ever lose sight of that. Take the best team you got that you can put out there, coach the hell out of them, get them to play the way you want them to play, and let the chips fall. And hopefully, it'll work all right for the Patriots this year.
Combine week this week in Indianapolis. Anything that you remember from that?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there, like a lot of coaches. I think there's value in the combine, and it's just part of the process. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean if a guy jumps 12 feet in the broad jump or runs 40 in the 40-yard dash or 4-0 in the 40-yard dash, doesn't mean they're great, but it's part of the process. So I think it all counts for something.
And final question here for you, Coach. You talked about, it was time, 48 years coaching. You're retired now. How's retirement treating you?
Really good. A lot of time with our 5 now grandkids.
Oh, congratulations.
And, traveling and doing the things I like to do. I have hobbies that I love to do, and so believe me, I'm really happy and really fulfilled.
Is woodworking one of those hobbies?
It is. In fact, yes. I'm just finishing up.
I remember things you told me.
I'm finishing a vanity for a bathroom as we speak. So, yeah, I have a lot of interest.
Awesome. Well, Coach Scar, I want to say thank you for taking the time, my friend. Yeah. It's always great to see you. I know you don't like when I refer to you as a legend, but to us in the coaching community here, you are. You've always been so generous with your time, both as a teacher and doing stuff like this. And I can't thank you enough for what you've done for New England football, because it's been immense. And I want to congratulate you again on your Patriots Hall of Fame induction. Well deserved.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, Dante Scarnecchia, former Patriots offensive line coach and legend, despite what he says when I say that about him.